we may see a lot of high water spots on the roadways. Right now things have settled down, but this is Tuesday's forecast, and I'm going to start Tuesday morning with an 80% chance for rain, maybe a thunderstorm. Same goes for noon, 80% chance for rain lasts through the afternoon. Now it won't rain all the time, but they'll have enough of it, and we'll have breaks in between, and hopefully it won't be too bad on your commute, but it's something we'll be tracking in the morning tomorrow. We're on the air 4:30 to 7. Cheetah will be updating you before you get out on the road. Here are the players involved. First of all, there's just a ton of moisture. You walked outside today, a time maybe when it wasn't raining, you could feel the air. It's literally air you can wear. The atmosphere is saturated. It's something we call PWATS, precipitable water vapor. And when you have very high amounts of it, it basically means the atmosphere is saturated all the way from the ground all the way up 30, 40,000 feet up into the atmosphere. When you've got that much moisture in the vertical column, anytime you get rain or a thunderstorm, it has the potential to dump very heavy rainfall in a very short period of time. Rainfall rates today at times were more than 2 inches per hour. And when you get that, that's enough to overwhelm the gutters on your street, the primary drainage. So there's just plenty of moisture in place, and it will stay in place through tomorrow. Look at this thick tongue of moisture coming right up into East Texas, all the way up into Oklahoma. So the moisture is there. Now we need something to kind of help wring it out. And we have that. Can you see it? This is the water vapor imagery, which helps us see the flow at the mid and the upper levels of the atmosphere. And what I see, what I notice right off the bat is this. See a little twist to the atmosphere right here? So that's an upper level area of low pressure. It's something we call a TUT low. It's a tropical upper tropospheric trough. And when these things get in the right position, and this one's in the right position, it's to the southwest of Houston, it puts us on the lifting side of that trough, that upper level low. So with all the moisture in place, a little bit of daytime heating, and that upper low just to our southwest, that's creating difluent winds aloft, and that's just going to help to lift the atmosphere. And so any storms that get going can very quickly become convective with lightning and thunder, and that helps to wring out that vertical column of atmosphere. So we've got this TUT low, which is going to slowly continue to slide into central Mexico, keeping us on the wet side of it. There's actually another one. Can you see it? It's right here. So another tropical upper tropospheric trough right there. And that one, it remains to be seen if it will hold together and drift down the central Gulf Coast states. I have to watch and see how that interacts in the coming days. But this one's going to keep us wet through at least tomorrow. So what it's resulted in is not just Houston getting wet, but the entire state of Texas is getting wet right now and will stay wet for a couple of days. The rivers I've got drawn on here, we're keeping an eye on the Brazos and the Colorado and the Trinity and the San Jacinto. So far they're all behaving, but if we do get several days with several rounds of rain, they could begin to react a little bit. So it's something we've got our eye on. I've also got the bayous listed in here across Harris County. Those all stayed in their banks today, but several of them did react, come up a little bit more than half full at times. Right now they're getting a chance to drain out. So these breaks are important so we can get the bayous to do their job and drain out and hopefully not have any bayou flooding issues. But it's something that we'll be paying attention to next several days. What you see this evening is that things have really quieted down. We kind of wrung all the energy out of the atmosphere with the storms we had this morning into the early afternoon. Helped keep temperatures down as well. So we're getting a break, a lull in the action, but I'm not sure how long this is going to last. Now these computer models I'm going to show you are not perfect. In fact, they're quite less than perfect, especially on this small scale. But they have been hinting that as early as late tonight, into the wee hours, going into 2, 3, 4 a.m., we may see a round of rain and maybe some thunderstorms develop, especially east and south of the immediate Houston area. That type of rain on saturated ground could very quickly cause high water spots on the roadways, especially before sunrise. You do not want to be out without checking with us first. Download the app, turn on notifications, or get up with us. 4:30 to 7, we're on. Cheetah will be watching to see if this indeed does develop as the computer suggests. And if it does, that rain with this saturated atmosphere in the upper level low and the saturated ground could quickly cause trouble on the roadways, and we don't want you to get caught in that. So we're here for you. We go into 6 a.m., still looking wet, more widespread to the west and central portions of the southeast Texas area. Houston, Harris County getting wet at sunrise tomorrow. I think that's a good bet. We may get a lull toward lunchtime and then see more scattered showers pop up as we get some warmth building tomorrow. afternoon. So it's off and on, but models are suggesting tomorrow morning you'll want to be up with us before you get on the road and get out in a mess. You don't want your commute to be a mess. Now, widespread, we could see 3, 5 to 7 inches of rain. That being said, we saw some isolated totals today in Brazoria County that were near 7 inches estimated by radar just today. So it shows you how volatile the atmosphere and how much rain it can put out in a short amount of time. So we're on weather watch tonight and tomorrow. Here's a little closer view. Again, this is a computer model trying to estimate where the heaviest rain is going to be, and it won't be able to do it perfectly, but it does say that many spots could see 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain across southeast Texas, not just Sugar Land, El Campo. Could easily be Mont Belvieu, Liberty, Cleveland. You saw that earlier model run, which has the heavier rain to the east. So good chance to pick up 1 inch, maybe several inches of rain in some spots during the day tomorrow. So as we look at this rainy week ahead, tomorrow is another rainy morning. I think that's likely. Street flooding is the greatest threat, but we will be keeping an eye on the rivers and bayous as we go through what looks to be a very wet week. So this could really add up. Here are rain chances in the extended: 80% tomorrow, 60% Wednesday, 60% Thursday, 60% Friday. What are your plans for the 4th of July? 70% rain chance on Saturday, 70% rain chance on Sunday is the way it looks right now. Hopefully we'll get this to settle down in the evening like it is now on the 4th of July, and at least we'll be able to do fireworks in the evening on the 4th. Couple of fringe benefits to this. It does keep high temperatures down into the 80s, which is nice. And also, with fireworks being shot around the area, this does also lower the fire threat. Keeps everything wet, and hopefully everybody can stay safe as we move into fireworks season and the 4th of July on Sunday. Computer models are going to update before the 10 o'clock news, so we'll have a complete update on all of this on the TV side at 10 o'clock. That's our next live update on the TV